This video is about a garden bench that I made from these cast iron ends that I bought from a second-hand shop, and a garden gate that I pulled out of a skip. The gate didn't look that old, so the wood was in fairly good condition, and fortunately it was screwed together, so I knew I'd be able to strip it down and reuse the wood without there being any nasty nails or holes in it. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So the first job was to strip the garden gate down. Okay, I'm going to speed up some of this video from here, otherwise it's going to be more boring than watching a Mrs. Brown's Boys Christmas special. I don't know what the actual wood type was, and it wasn't in great condition, but as it was free, it had to do. So eventually me and the missus finished arguing about how wide to actually have the garden seat, and then I marked it out in the middle of the wood to avoid the rough ends. And there's the wood already cut. Yep, I forgot to press record. Next I measured all the planks that I required. There seemed to be two different widths. Then I did some marking out to try and avoid knots and cracks. I'd forgotten just how easy it was to use the Black & Decker Workmate. Finally I finished planing all the wood, the tops of my plastic clamps, and annoying all the neighbours. Then the next job was to work out where to drill the holes in the wood, and I worked out it's roughly 18mm from the end of the wood. I ended up using about 3 different types of stainless steel screw because that's all I had and I didn't want to buy any. And if anyone from work is watching this and thinking, "Ah, Chaz has nicked some screws from work." No, I didn't. Because they were given to me by someone from the design department that couldn't be bothered to sort through a leftover box of screws. And they were going to go in the bin. So all the nuts and bolts were really seized, and I couldn't even be bothered to try them with a screwdriver or spanner. So I'm just going straight in there with an angle grinder and a thin cutting disc. Like a hot knife through butter. Next I gave the slats a quick coat of Ronseal exterior quick drying varnish. I did one side, let them dry for an hour, and then did the other side. Next job was to fit the slats onto the iron ends. This was a bit fiddly. I just made sure that they're all loose to start with, and then I'd go around and tighten them all up at the end. It was this exact point I realised that I'd messed up, and there were two slats that I'd had to one side in the garage and I'd forgotten to varnish. So I had to go back and re-varnish those and then fitted them. And this shows me fitting some stability brackets underneath. I always like to seal off screw heads for this kind of job when I can, and this is some hardwood dowel I had left over from another job. My fret saw's been up there for 5 years. Will it still work? Oh yeah. This is just some 2-part epoxy resin that I'm gluing the dowel pieces in with, and then when the glue has gone off I will then sand them down. So you may have noticed by now that some of the slats aren't very even. It's something that I wasn't over the moon with, but it is what it is. I'd already drilled the holes before I realised, and I think the original one was like it. It's okay, it's just a quick job, so I'm happy with it anyway. So there we are, it's all done, we just need a garden. Well, I can tell you that is one comfortable garden bench. And would I do that all over again? Yes, I probably will have to, because my wife has just bought another pair off of Facebook. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the video.